Greetings, everybody. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Kenshi Shek's Conquest, episode 67, Swol Shek, part 1. So the recap is relatively simple, and thankfully I have wonderful people on YouTube that leave comments for when I either misunderstand or just ignore evidence underneath my nose. So the last thing that we did was we marched up to the Black Dragon HQ to take them out. Why am I panning the wrong direction? Jesus. And unfortunately for me, I thought they weren't home, but they are. So what ended up happening was the one that I wanted to kill, there's Boozin and Dimek. Boozin, I got, obviously. Captured, fertilized in my farm. Dimek escaped. It wasn't bugged. Dimek actually ran away and fled. So I think it would be wise for me to return and get Dimek at some point. But the plan for today is sort of one of two options. We can either go continue to get technology. So if we take a look at the tech screen here, we can go to continue to get technology so that we can start making Edgewalker blades, and I would invest into chainmail armor and the like to really ramp up the amount of tankiness and damage that we can do, and then start to make custom weapons based upon the preferences here in the roster. So here in the roster, you can see weapon pref at the top. Some people have weapon preferences, and what we would try to do is if we feel that the characters that have those weapon preferences have hit their dexterity goals, we would allow them to do a little bit of strength training, because a lot of the chainmail armor and heavier armor that we want to make is very heavy, and then start to make custom weapons. So that's always a possibility. The other alternative is just, instead of chasing down ancient tech labs and libraries and the things, the other alternative is to start fighting our enemies. Now, we are in no way in a position where we can take on the entire Shek Kingdom or the Holy Nation. Those are really difficult. But what we might be able to do is to continue taking out the ninjas, pirates, bandits, and Splinter Shek. Splinter Shek being Ghost and... oh my god, why am I blanking? Well, good news is it's here in the goals. Taking out Ghost, Flying Bull, and Tora. So as you can see in the right side of the goals there, defeat all false leaders. They are what I would call the Splinter Shek. They're... I'll just quickly recap that because it won't take me a second. Shager, the last leader of the Shek, was waging a war against the Holy Nation because the Holy Nation are famous sexist xenophobes, and he was overthrown by the current leader, Esata the Stone Golem. Esata the Stone Golem overthrew him because she worried that the losses incurred from fighting the Holy Nation were going to ruin the Shek and the Shek Kingdom. So she stopped the Holy War. Obviously, they're still not allied. They're still not friends. They're still at each other's throats. But it's not a hot war. It's sort of a cold war. And what ended up happening was there was some splinter factions. So you've got Flying Bull, Ghost, and Tora, who all splintered when, I think, roughly around the time when Esata took over. And they all have their own sort of individual goals and focuses. So they are also enemies of our faction, and you can see them here. The Berserkers, the Band of Bones, and where is their last faction? I may not have been introduced to them yet. Oh, Kral's Chosen, there they are. So there's going to be a few different options, and I'm going to poll you all. Whether initially the focus will be technology, going to the labs, trying to get Edgewalkers, trying to get chainmail, trying to armor up and weapon up, or alternatively, just go with what we've got and head over to some of the ninjas. So we've got the remainder of the Black Dragon, we've got some of the swamp gangs, we've got some of these other factions, sand ninjas and grass pirates, etc., etc. So red sabers. There's a lot of those that are left that we can aim to tackle as well. So I'll be polling for that shortly. Now, one of the things about steel, about the steel refinery and the steel plates, is it is going to take probably a lot of manpower to make sure that we're getting exactly what we need. So one of the things I want to do is to invest a little bit of the technology in upgrading the refinery. So I'm going to bring the refinery up to level 3 right now. Now, most of the technology that we've been investing recently has been in smithing and not industry. So we have somewhat neglected industry so that we can make finer weapons. And that's exactly what Glitch is doing. As you can see, he's got a Mark III blade on his back, which is pretty... okay, that would be a bad pun, but pretty remarkable quality. And, that could be... Another thing that we focus on is if we chase down technology, we can incorporate that technology into our equipment. Magic Hippie, thanks for the gifted subs, and Happy New Year to you. And then MVP, Spicy Jazz, and Iron Zach, thanks for the resubs as well. And tacos, of course. Cheers. Thank you for the crazy hype train. I love that little flexing tusk. That is great. So right now we're sort of in a holding pattern. We're just holding down the base. The people that are currently resting are resting because they just took friendly fire from crossbows up here. If we take a look at the faction screen here, we do have a upcoming Band of Bones challenge. They're here so often that I feel like I should charge them rent. They're here like clockwork every 4 days or something, and then a farm trader coming in as well. We have also tried to start a vegetable farm, but the soils here, swamp and arid, really aren't conducive to growing green fruit. Green fruit would be grown well in like Auckland's Pride area, or even like the Fog Islands or something like that, but just not here. It's just not right. Oh, puppy treats, got it. You waited till the overview is finished. I appreciate it. Nothing like a hijacked camera. Another thing is if anyone that actually owns characters on the roster here have additional weapon preferences to state, just let me know so that we can work on that. So there's going to be a few options. One of the options is going to be to do some additional training. So additional training would look like trying to bring everyone's minimum strength up to a number that will allow them to armor up and carry backpacks and the like. And perhaps I should start typing these out. So, because I'll poll for you all soon. Do some additional training. So, if we take a look at our entire roster, some of the people in the roster have strength that's just pretty low. And that means that they're going to be encumbered. So like Jackson, Mike, Thor, a lot of the newer people, just, they're not very strong, and they can't really carry their own weapons. And bringing up strength to like, I don't know, something like 20 is going to be relatively easy. All we really need to do is to grab some trader backpacks, throw a bunch of raw iron in it, have people wear it while they're holding someone else, and just march around a little bit. It's a little boring, but at least it gets the job done. And then once they hit around 20 or so, we can stop. 15, 20, something like that. It also depends, because depending on weapon preferences, if people prefer plank or heavy weapons, they're obviously going to require a lot more strength than those that don't have heavy weapon preferences. So there's going to be some fine-tuning. And then, of course, there's some people that have weapon preferences that is essentially no weapon, like Poetic here. And Poetic just happens to be one of our toughest with some really high dex. So, some people's sort of dexterity training is already done. So there's do some additional training as a possible priority. And that would be mostly strength and not a lot of athletics. Another option is to go war against enemy factions. So that would be red sabers, grass pirates, getting Dimac, etc., etc. Another option would be to seek additional technology. That would almost certainly be... Most of the technology that we want right now would have to be AI cores, so we'd have to go to ancient tech libraries, and we've already discovered a few of them. So we discovered the one that is in Western Shun. We discovered the one that is in the Iron Trail. These are all maps that we bought in the past, so I wouldn't be cheating. I mean, I know where they all are personally, but we purchased maps to figure out where they were. So that is another goal, and of course that means fighting against Iron Spiders. So it might actually be to our benefit to start to allow certain people to have weapon preferences besides katanas, because katanas are absolutely horrid against robots, and we've obviously had our butts kicked in the past. Luckily, we didn't die. We have not died to any robots, so that's terrific. Let me stop being Shek purple. Focus on arms and armor would be another. So the focus on arms and armor would be more like staying mostly at home, training up some of the really lobies while I make weapons and armor and stuff like that. And then the last decision here will be viewer submitted ideas. Okay. We're about 10 minutes in, so I feel good about polling this. What is missing to finish the series? If you just type rules, you can actually see our goals. The rules and goals are sort of grouped together. So we want to defeat all false leaders, Esata Ghost, Flying Bull, Tora, finish Shager's Conquest, destroy the whole nation, and build Shager's Pride, which is... we've already done that. So... we are not very close to finishing off the goals, so don't worry, there's plenty left to do. Alright, seems to me that the wheat straw flour is not that efficient. I really ought to move the grain silo, so let me go do that now. That would be in food, grain silo. Okay. That's good. It's going to be better there. I also need to finish building the refinery here, because this refinery is long overdue. Unfortunately, the reason why it's taking so long is all of my engineers are currently resting because they got hurt repairing this front gate. So it self-selected all the engineers to be injured. Might want to move that storage too, Crash M says. Yes, absolutely. I'm going to want to move the wheat straw storage so that we don't carry things ridiculously, pointlessly far. Unless there's a good reason for it. We want to build up, athletics, because that would be the only reason to do it. All right, so there's the wheat straw, and then let's also put the straw flour there as well. And then we'll just have to carry the straw flour over to its final destination. Oh, straw flour doesn't go outdoors. Yeah, one of the things that I wanted to do, maybe, is to put a bakery here. So that we have a bread oven and straw flour storage close and locally. And Vamoris, thanks for the resub, by the way, and all of those gifted subs. I hope you have a wonderful New Year's. I hope your holiday season was great. So, Mr. Cowley, let's pause and switch facilities. So, Hall... Alright, this I'm just going to break down. It's not a lot of loss of ingredients. And then... I think I am going to give you a little backpack to help out, because I've got a lot of wheat straw, and I need you to move it. Alright, so let's break this down. Accidental aggro. Thank you, man. Cheers to you, too. And you guys are really kicking off the end of the year here. Little end of the year celebration. Oh, so you're wondering how far I am in terms of those goals? I've only built the town. I haven't done anything else. So, you know, a third, if you want to measure it that way. I guess what I could do is I could make a little mental note to check them off as I do them. But yeah, all of the Shek leaders are alive. The Holy Nation is intact. So none of that has been done. The Holy Nation and the Shek Kingdom I'm not going to be able to do for quite some time. But everything else, you know, we could get done eventually. The spice must flow. Oh, you're working. Working the ball drop on New Year's Eve. Maybe I should stream during the ball drop. Case, what are you doing? You are waiting around to play with corpses. And you're also injured. Maybe I should go through all of the members here to make sure no one's injured. So Oren, Larry, and most people are fine. Slotus and Case are a little banged up, but they're already in beds. Slotus was another one that had his arm basically shot off. Edge 1! Dang! Glitch, you get to keep that. That is the first Edge 1 blade that we've made. I guess these old cat blades are just going to get sold. How's our armor going, though? Because one of the things is the leather turtlenecks take a ridiculous amount of work to craft. And then, I think, in all reality, we might just pivot and go chain armor sooner than later. So, it's kind of one of those, like, oh, great, you did it. Now, do it some more. Oh, good. This is lit enough. And here's the steel refinery. So, Shona and... Why aren't you working here? Are there no iron plates? No, there's iron plates. Where are you going? What is she doing? Okay, I need to follow her. I'm curious. So she's supposed to be one of our iron or steel bar creators, which I think she's running up here to get plates. No, she ran over to drop her medical supplies away. I think what happened is this new steel refinery only is entirely automatic, so no one really works there anymore. So let me take you off of that. And then horse, same deal. Take you off of that. And you guys want me to do some additional training for strength. What strength amount should I train up to? I'm going to say 12, 15... 18, 20. I'm not going to go past 20. I know it's a little weird. You have to type 1 for 12, 2 for 15, but I think you guys are smart enough to figure that out. All right, so Horse is going to be hauling around some of the materials here. And Shona is going to do the same. I'm not really, like, thinking about the order here. So now we have some automatic steel bar refining. The only thing I need to make sure is to keep my power up. So we're right now using 334 out of 450. So we're generating more than we're using, but I need to make sure that number stays good. The more the better? Oh, I don't know. That's up to you. Shield, thanks for giving out the bot a sub there. Nothing like a good subbed bot. Okay, Ruka's done. Oren's done. Case is done. Slotus, were you actually healed? No, Slotus is not actually healed. Another choice to make is whether or not I invest in, like, anything else. I believe last stream you said save for edgewalkers, but you know, there's the possibility of reassessing whether we want to do that or not. I'm going to do a quick sort of check to see if anyone is in the high 30s for dexterity other than poetic. So McNauer and Sharppoint are kind of in the higher 30s. Case is getting there at 32. And Headshot, obviously, but Headshot is a crossbow woman, so she doesn't really count. That must have been a tip, because I don't see anything in my feed here. Oh my goodness. Vomorix, hats off to you, man. It was lovely hearing from you, and you've been far too generous, so cheers. You're welcome for the entertainment. I have a big project planned for Kenshi for this upcoming year, and I'm extraordinarily excited. So it will be really different than anything I've made previously, and I just need to kick my butt into gear. What's funny is I've been contacting like artists and stuff like that about it, but I just haven't done any of the work myself. I mean, I've done some work, some preliminary work, but just clearly not enough. So soon. The trademark of soon. You know how it is. Train strength to 20. That's the current goal. So while we do train strength to 20, one of the advantages here is that we can do some industry. So should I start making chainmail instead of leather for shirts? Yes or no? So the advantages and disadvantages, just so that you know, just so that I'm stating it pretty clearly. The leather turtlenecks don't have any penalties whatsoever. They cover arms at 90%, so 9 out of 10 strikes against the arms will be deflected from the turtlenecks. Keeping in mind that, of course, the jackets that we have 100% coverage, so when you strike the arms, it has to go through the jacket, and it will definitely be deflected. And then there's a 90% chance it has to go through the turtleneck as well. It doesn't have any penalties, whereas the chainmail, or I guess blackened chainmail we would do. It's kind of hard to see these stats here. Yeah, we'll probably do blackened chainmail. The blackened chainmail has 100% arm coverage, but it has some penalties here. So one of the penalties is that crossbow effects are a lot slower. Dodge is a little slower. Stealth is much harder. Combat speed is a little slower, and dexterity is a little slower. So it will make it harder to train dex. Now, the quality of this chainmail reduces its penalties. So masterwork or specialist blackened chainmail won't be as it won't have as many penalties as the standard stuff, but it does have some penalties. So one of the things, for instance, is Headshot, being that she is on crossbows, will probably never wear chainmail. It's just really never going to benefit her to have massive penalties to her crossbow, because she, if I control her correctly, should never get hit. Right? She just shouldn't. Oh, little buddy. He loves your attention. And then there's another question to be had, which is, at what point do we trade up for pants? Because currently we're wearing cloth pants, and, you know, it might be at some point worth it wearing metallic ones. I still probably, unless we start losing our legs from strikes against the legs, I probably don't want to ditch the wooden sandals, because the wooden sandals come with athletics and combat speed effect, which is pretty amazing. Oh, we got blood spiders out here, huh? Are they attacking nomads? Uh-oh. This blood spider's next to dead. Nope. Nomad didn't fare well. That's rather surprising. All right, let me pop this door open. We'll start throwing these corpses out. I'm so glad to have the no corpse flies mod. Wow, Rockfin getting smashed hard by these little spideries. One of these hits may have been a errant crossbow bolt, though. Actually, looking at my back, yeah, that's what did my stomach in. It's no question. Little friendly fire, just a little. Oh, and Ven and Ruka just got friendly fired as well. I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to have it be a permanent job for people to use the crossbows anymore. I think we're strong enough that we can defend almost all enemy incursions into our territory without need of, you know, crossbows or anything like that. So I'm going to pull everybody off the crossbows. It does mean that I have a lot of people in the colony that, like, kind of don't have jobs anymore, but that's fine. Because I think at this point, I would rather defend our territory from intruders with melee and actually get some combat training as a result. It's free training to do it ourselves, right? So unless we're trying to train medical skill, which seems to be what we're doing right now, considering how much I just got shot by friendlies. Look at Ruka, for instance. She's limping everywhere. It's going to be to our benefit to actually defend mano a mano. So you guys want chainmail instead of shirts. Should I also swap cloth pants for metal ones? Alright, I don't need to talk to a farming trainer. Callie, you think you don't have beds? That could be true. You're also supposed to be... I think what ended up happening was everybody turned on their ditch items, and everybody ditched their items into the med box. So, you were not alone. A ton of people did the same thing, where they ditched all of their supplies, which is something I'm never fond of. Okay, we wonder who's talking. All right, let's go through the roster here and make sure that everybody that got shot gets healed. I'm not going to worry about picking up meds, Callie, for until we leave the base, because you're just going to ditch it again, as long as there's space in the medical box. I hate medical boxes for that reason. Wow, you guys really want to armor up in, like, every way possible. That is totally cool. I'm in no way complaining. So, let's stop the turtlenecking. That sounds dirty, but stop the turtlenecking. And let's clear out this queue. So, chainmail, armor, crafting. I do believe that I have some random chainmail over here. Yeah, there we go. And we're going to queue up blackened chainmail. Repeat queue. So, blackened chainmail requires fabrics, chainmail sheets. And then Tora. Where are you? I keep changing the order of people here, and I know I need to start working on the strength, but once I queue all this up, I'll get there. I promise. All right, so Torta's going to start making the chainmail sheets for chemo to then turn them into blackened chainmail. You are Armorsmith 88, and Torta's an Armorsmith 85. So basically, yeah, basically tied. Hey, puppy. Got my other puppy. Fine. You don't want to come close? I won't pet you then. And it looks like you guys want me to swap the cloth pants for metal ones. So that would be the samurai leg plates. So the samurai leg plates don't let you stealth. Pretty bad for dodge. Definitely slow down athletics and kind of slow down combat speed with a martial arts penalty. So I have to be... you know, if I have a really high quality leg plates, they won't have that big penalties, but I have to be careful about how bad the penalties are. Where is steel bars? Here they are. I think 50 steel bars is probably enough. I can't imagine needing more than 50. And then if I am to be encumbering myself, I might want some of the people that were crossbowing over to come to mine for me. Unfortunately, a lot of the people that were crossbowing probably don't have good laboring skills. So here are the people that are currently idle. Headshot can labor, so we'll have Headshot mine some iron. And Poetic can labor, so he'll do it as well. And then I have, what, one more spot on that iron resource. So McNauer, I think you can labor because you've been around a while. Yep. Okay, and the purpose of getting a lot more iron miners is so that I can fill trader backpacks full of iron to strength train. Because I know my task is supposed to be strength training. So you guys want me to trade up, basically get full metal gear. I almost said alchemist. Full metal gear. Train strength to 20 and craft all metal gear. Solid. Solid goal. So the chainmail takes just about as much time as the turtlenecks, maybe even more. So they're very slow. The leg plates are going to be a little bit faster. If anyone that is currently on the roster here that does not have a weapon occupation, that wouldn't mind being an armor smith, I wouldn't mind having someone be a plate beater. Okay. So if you want to be a plate beater, let me know if you want to be a plate beater, because I'm going to need a lot of plates for all those leg plates. Shona, you want to? All right. Task is yours. Let me clear your queue of moving steel bars around and queue you up to be a armor smith. So let me update that. You're at the bottom of the roster there. Armor smith. So plate beating isn't a skilled task, so it doesn't really matter if you are bad or good at it, just that you're doing it. All right. And those that were injured no longer, most of them no longer need rest. King needs to repair some limbs, though. But boy, is that fast. How does one get on that plate beating list spreadsheet? Well, I have, I guess the fastest answer would be raffle. Right now I have a full roster. So we have 32 out of 32. So the long and short of it is someone has to die, which is kind of dark. But yeah. If someone dies, there'll be space for more. A dead man's boots. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Filling a dead man's shoes to get on the roster. So, horse. There's also the possibility of raffling off characters that are unique, like, you know, Kang, Horse, Ruka, Rain. But I always feel like it's a little strange to rename people that have their own stories. Where is Horse? Oh, in case you're hurt. Let's change the soundtrack here. God, where is Horse? I'm so blind. If only there was a search. Here he is. With everybody wearing the same helmets and all that, it becomes very difficult to figure out who's who. Alright, Horse's main task is just to... God, what are all these guys doing? They're just standing around? That's fine. Horse's main task is going to be to... Oh, great. You put your sleeping bag away. Fantastic. To just make sure that the steel bars keep flowing. Oh man, it takes so much effort to make one chainmail. Orange Chaos, thanks for gifting out a sub. And Zoralis and Skunk Ape, thanks for the follows. Let's get those encumbering backpacks going. So I'm gonna have King put one together. The trouble is we have been processing our raw iron really quickly. So I might have to use copper. But even copper should be fine. So this is probably heavier than it needs to be. Let me put some of it back just to... Yeah. So our weakest person, we'll use our weakest person as a test subject. So Thor, come hither. Where is Thor? I do find it strange that a dude named Thor would be the weakest person in our group. Seems very odd to me. Alright, so Thor, you are gonna hold the backpack and pick up Kang. You are only encumbered in an 89%. Oh. What about now? 94. Yeah, the copper ore just is not as heavy as the iron stuff. So it's why the generator cores that I passed up on before obviously would be a really good solution, because generator cores are very heavy. I'm not going to be able to put a lot of these backpacks together. Alright, so now you're overloaded. You are 96 encumbrance. That's pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's as close as I'm going to get. And then I'm just going to tell Thor to walk around a bit. I could also throw Thor some old armor or something like that just to encumber him further. But you'll be able to see how quick... He's already 5 strength. He started at 3. He's walked like, I don't know, 70 steps. It's pretty quick. It is pretty quick. And you guys say strength to 20, which shouldn't be too bad. So I'll try to do this as fast as I can, as painlessly as I can. Don't wear the backpack? Oh yeah, good point. Stick it in our inventories like that. Thank you, Kargan. And now we are 99%. Yeah, wearing the backpack helps to lower the encumbrance. So sticking it straight in like that is worse, but worse in a way that's better. There we go. So we're overloaded, and there we go. Clean 100. Oh, look, some bobbers. So this is exactly what I like. I like the sort of random combat that we get when we're not shooting everyone with crossbow bolts, because we have a lot of people at home that are free to fight. That it doesn't really matter if they're injured. I have a lot of people that can work. So the only thing I need to make sure is that those that really have delicate jobs, like Glitch or Fang, well, Fang's, I wouldn't say delicate job, but jobs that require them to be whole and intact, I'm probably going to sit them on passive so they don't get take damage, so that I keep making the armor that I need. But everybody else can jump in here, because it doesn't really matter. Except for you, Tora. Oh, look, some bodies to carry around? Yeah, no kidding. Here's Thor. Strength 6. He's literally double the strength. And I'm just going to have him, like, walk over to the settlement nomads. And if he gets bothered by a big thing, we always have, like, Kang, who he's carrying. Where all he has to do to defeat a big thing is to drop King on the ground, and King will jump into action and just do the rest. Alright, Rockvin's healed. Rook is healed. Aguvin's healed. Free band of bones, punch bags. Absolutely love it. Well, I'm not going to have the ore to put another one of those backpacks together for a bit. It's going to require a bit more iron mining, so we're going to have to... It's going to be a process. I have a slight regret that I didn't pick up all those generator cores, because they would have made it a lot easier. There are some ways to speed this up a little bit, which would be I could always go and trade with, you know, anywhere that's selling like iron to get iron so that I can train faster. But I don't think it's that urgent or important for me to do. So we have a lot of industry going on. All right, just getting everyone healed. Oh, case is under attack. Whoa. What hit you, Case? Yeah, I don't know, but he got hurt. Oh, blood spiders. There was a band of bones out here that we're fighting too. Yeah, that explains it. You're wondering how you got hit so hard so fast. It's probably blood spiders. And the band of bones only, like, tickled us a little bit, so almost everybody's fully healed. So another question I have is, should Kang go on a stealth mission to deal with Demak? Or should we, maybe not just Kang, I don't want to risk Kang in that way, but should we head back to the Tower of Ninjas to see if we can't just deal with Demak real quick? Because Demak is a well-armed dude, is I guess what I'm going to say. So it wouldn't be a terrible idea for me to take out said well-armed dude. Another thing I'm going to need is chainmail storage. Put this next to the box. And how's Thor doing? He has gotten half of the way to the Settled Nomads, maybe even less. He's already strength 9. Yeah, this strength training regimen is not the fastest, but it's definitely the easiest. Definitely the easiest. His encumbrance overload is dropping a bit, though. And I'll have you pulled on that. Let me have a little coffee, though. Love me some coffee. So, King, what is your dexterity at? 35? Yeah, he might we might consider to specialize Kang soon. It's getting to the point where I could pick a specialty for him and it wouldn't be abnormal. Oh, thank you, Glitch. My guess is if I go back to the Tower of Ninjas, it's only going to be Demak only, because if I mouse over there right now, as you can see, it kind of says dead, which means there's probably only Demak left, or no Demak at all, and I somehow bugged it, which would be sad, but I could see that being a thing. We are struggling to keep our iron up. Wow, I am impressed. Yeah, a horse. Oh my god, a horse. What are you doing? He was hauling steel between these two storage boxes neurotically. I love it. Just hilarious. So the ETA for the challengers is about 2 days. Lord Luba, thank you for the follow. Thor starts walking back. And let's take a look. I bet 10? 12. 12 strength. Yeah, it's pretty fast. If it says dead, Demak is mostly gone. You know, surprisingly, Probably not. Or at least that's what I've been told through the YouTube comments. So I do have hope. And you guys do want me to go on a quick mission. I wouldn't say it's going to be a stealth mission, but a quick mission to deal with Dimek. So here's a squad. Dimek's Doom. I'm just going to do these 5. It's good enough. So let's see. Thor put me down. Jobs are off. What is going on over here? Blood spiders? No! Goats. Angry goats. So before I leave, I want to make sure that I'm, I got my meds. Okay, I got my meds in Rockbin, which is good enough. I don't really care if I have, like, a full set of meds. These guys are all going to rendezvous. Rain, why are you so slow? Oh, you're not slow. You're just... okay. And then Thor is going to need to pick someone else up. So, Jackson, get out to Thor. Goats are always causing a ruckus. Yeah. You got to watch out when they form their own tower. That's when they're really dangerous. So of this group, Headshot's the slowest, considerably the slowest. You know what, Headshot? Sit this one out. Dimek's Doom will be these 4. Because I don't want to move at snail's pace because of Headshot. Thor's at 98% without a carry? Oh my god. Yep. He is very, very encumbered. It looks like he's just leisurely walking, though. And I do hope that I get more ore to, so I can have more backpacks doing this. I'll need around 250 pounds to be at 100% with a carry. Yep. Yeah, generally speaking, that's the case. So, Headshot. I'm going to have you, because you're the only real dedicated crossbow person. Let's have you hop on the crossbow. Let's get rid of the iron resource. I'll have Sharp Point or Mike do the laboring. So Sharp Point, it will be you. So for these 2 mining points are already being, they're fine. More Band of Bones, because I didn't strip them of their medical supplies, so they're going to be annoying. I could also use an ore drill, yes, to build up my ore. So let's go to mining. And I could set up a ore drill here. Get my builders to build that. Oh, someone got shot. Night Knave got a lot of friendly fire. Quite a lot of friendly fire. Yeah, just Night Knave. I should have full iron in one of the chests in the backpacks from the last stream. In this one, right? Right here? Hey, Thorfinn, how strong are you? 4? Here you go, dude. It's not full, but it's close enough. Let me, there we go. Encumbrance 100%. Thanks for remembering that. I had forgotten. Definitely had forgotten. Alright, Dimek's Doom, how we doing? I didn't bring any food with me, but Ruka has a bunch of, she's been smuggling sandwiches like she's the L's of sandwiches, so. Not this song. So we'll be alright in that front. Mr. Glitch. How's my swords coming? Oh, you've got 2 on the back like you're Deadpool, so my guess is good. Look at all those Mark IIIs. And Thor is... That's just rude. You know I'm busy. All right, here, Thor, just put Jackson down so I don't have to heal you so long. Thunk. This is good toughness training. So it's not a problem that he's taking damage, because it can benefit me in the long run. Just sort of annoying that I got jumped. And then Thorfinn is still... should be heading out here. Almost nobody has Mark III's Crash. I just only recently started being able to make Mark III's, so the vast majority of my population is sporting something significantly less than Mark III's. I just haven't handed them out yet, because working on other things. That, and I'm not really fighting anyone other than a few bobs here or there, so making sure that everybody has the best possible weapons is not all that necessary. Alright, did I just hear blood spiders? No. Thor, pick up Jackson. Pick up the backpack. Take the backpack off. And you two walk home. They're obviously bleeding, so I'm going to want some medical attention to them at some point. Thank you for tuning in to Kenshi Shek's Conquest, which originally streamed live on Twitch December 30th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to chat with me or my Discord community, the link to Discord can be found at Rhadamant.com or the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you next episode, fellow Shek. Goodbye.